everyone, it's Lisa Adams, and I wanted to from BIMA Network. And today's tip is about some boundaries, and specifically about boundaries with your schedule for your meetings. Take, for instance, maybe you've got something, you're a parent, you've got some kind of event that's going on for your kids after school or in the evening, and you've promised you'd be there, and then a meeting gets scheduled on your calendar, or something comes up, right? And that happens. I mean, we know that life gets busy. But what I would say is, if you can build in some boundaries where you're letting your team know, like, hey, you know what, you guys, I really committed to being, at my daughter's dance recital or dance event tonight. And, I have to leave by 4 o'clock. Maybe, right? So I have to leave by 4 o'clock. Is there a way that we can either move the meeting to earlier? If it's an hour, this one was an hour and a half meeting that I'm thinking of right now. Move the meeting to earlier so we can wrap by that point? Or can we make it a shorter meeting, or can we move it to another day? So I have found sometimes that some leaders have a hard time even throwing that kind of question out there. And it really many times depends on your personality style, maybe the type of organization you're in, maybe it's the type of job you do, and your maturity level, how long you've been in the role or how long you've been at the company. But I want to encourage all leaders, and I see this a lot in ministry specifically and in nonprofits, that people tend to not do this. And I think it's a healthy thing to be able to do, to just say, hey, you know what, I've got this personal commitment. Can we rearrange it? Especially with ministry and nonprofit. Many times those tend to eke into your personal life on nights and weekends more so than corporate. Although I know corporate can be really, really crazy, especially when you're traveling. So, but it's really important to be able to put some of those boundaries around it, because think about the impact. So say, for instance, if you just let this meeting happen, it takes over your afternoon, you miss your daughter's dance event. And then what happens is you're probably really frustrated because you've missed the event, or you're kind of antsy in the meeting and you're not really paying attention because in the back of your head, I'm supposed to be somewhere else. Then you get home and the whole family's mad at you because you've missed the event. Is any of that worth it? No, I would say not. So be careful about your schedule, pay attention to it. If it's something where you need to be in earlier in the day to offset some of the work, go do that, or work out the boundaries with your family. Like, hey, I really have this big thing going on today, but I want to be there for the dance event or the baseball game or football game or whatever it is. If it's okay, I'm going to leave earlier in the morning. I'm going to be out the house earlier, and then I'll be able to make it. So just kind of negotiate a little bit between work and family. It's a juggle and it's hard to do, but I want you to pay attention to it, because without those healthy boundaries, we tend to get really bitter about what's happening in our lives, and we get upset, or we take the martyr stance. Well, I have to get this done and I'm the victim, and we walk around like this. That's not healthy either. So being able to have that give and take of between work and family, especially as we know it's all integrated now. It's not work or family anymore. It's all integrated. It's one life. We lead one life. And so let's pay attention to that one life and have it all work well together. So again, be negotiating those boundaries. Say no when you need to say no. Say yes when you need to say yes. Be kind about it and negotiate when you need to. Okay. And be asking those questions. It's okay. Most people will take it of, oh, okay, yeah, we can move the meeting, or we can make it shorter, or whatever. We can adjust it. So most people are not offended by those types of questions, and it actually gains respect. You gain professional presence and respect with those coworkers when you have asked to be able to adjust that, knowing that you've got a family or another obligation, whatever that is. Maybe you're traveling, maybe whatever. You need to see your parent, take care of a sick parent. It earns respect. So keep that in mind when you are having that conflict between work and home. Have a good day.